my girl, I ain't with it. 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 I ain't with it.
While the Israeli-Palestinian, or specifically Hamas, confrontation is at an uneasy peace for the time being, there is still instability in the region, including the neighbor to the north, Lebanon. However, Chromeo, the synth rock pop duo, has successfully navigated these waters in their home country of Canada and have thrived with the release of their new album, White Women. The duo is comprised of David Maklovich, known as Dave One, and Patrick Jamael, aka P-Thugg, and with the former being Jewish and the latter being of Arab descent from Lebanon, we asked them about partnering up against the odds.
We never had an issue, that's the thing. That was the whole reason behind us talking about this and wearing it on our sleeve, is that there was never even close to being an issue between us. So, you know, what does that say?
So considering their nationalities, do they refuse to answer political questions about how they feel about the Middle East?
I think the idea is to not be heavy-handed about it, because sometimes that turns you off of the music, and our music is so far away from politics, right? And we're going to keep it that way, you know? I mean, it isn't in a way, because we talk about, you know, gender relationships and you know, Come Alive is about kind of like the working class. You know, you can intellectualize it in certain ways, but there's a playfulness to our music that doesn't really lend itself to political discourse. But at the same time, if you ask us, I mean, you know, we're grown adults. Like, of course we could talk about that stuff. Why not, you know? So should everybody. And we don't shy away from it.
And getting back to their music, the duo released their #1 iTunes album, White Women, earlier this year. So what was the inspiration behind the title?
It's Helmut Newton's first book title. And Dave went to see a retrospective of his work at some point in LA, I think. Where was it? Paris. And then he was like, "Hey, that's a great title for, you know, for an album." And
Bowie.
Yeah.
So I said for Bowie or Roxy music.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, maybe for us. And then people was like,
Yeah.
oh boy. And we thought about it.
No, I loved it, but I was just scared of the implicaciones. And, you know, and we just went with it, man.
Chromeo resumes its tour at the end of the month at the Midpoint Music Festival in Cincinnati, Ohio. The group will then play the Austin City Limits Festival in October. Chromeo's breakout hit Needy Girl came out 10 years ago and set the stage for today's disco pop resurgence, like Get Lucky by Daft Punk, and we'll have the guys' thoughts on that a little later on.
Then you wanna go out, wanna scream and shout.